5, 4. I'm doing the countdown.
Everybody.
Good evening, Carol and John Choppers. Welcome to the circus. It's freaking ridiculous. We have a ginormous, if you pay attention to us on Facebook, like you should be 24/7 a day, you caught that we were planning on going live at 9 o'clock because it's literally the biggest comic book week we've ever seen. Literally. I've worked here, in June it'll be 15 years. John Cheers worked here for 3,500. We found him under the floor when we moved into the place. He's been here a long time. I've been here a long time. Andrew hasn't, but she knows that this is the biggest comic book week by title that we've ever seen.
Holy crap.
To put it in context with some numbers, very few, because I know you're word people, mostly word and picture people, but that's okay. Here's 2 numbers. The first number is a normal comic book week that makes us take pause. The number of titles that come out on our inventory is somewhere in the realm of 200. No, I'm sorry, 250.
250.
250 is when we go, whoa, like it's going to be a week. We should pay attention to what we're doing, make sure we get everything processed right. This week's number of titles processed by this wonderful staff, who I have not introduced yet, so you don't know who they are, is 346. So 250 is big. 150 to 175 is normal. We have doubled that. We are at 346 individual comic book covers, including graphic novels, variants, and
The like.
It's unfathomable, honest to God. The amount of work the staff put in this weekend and this week, including Kyle, who's not here. He was here yesterday. Freaking awesome. So thank you guys. Thank me. Thank this hat for keeping me some energy.
Mostly that hat.
But mostly this hat's very uncomfortable, so that's flying. Oh,
Yeah, it's fine.
sorry, Godzilla. But yeah, we are gonna churn through the early part of this. Well, look at that busy little bee. He's going to get that hat.
Nope, fixing the table.
We're going to churn through the early part of this. We got 3 first appearances, and I'm going to talk about the signing, which is on Sunday. Matt Rosenberg and Tyler Boss are 2 very cool, very mellow dudes. They've written a lot of very fun stories, 2 of which are new books that come out this week, so we'll have those en masse for their signing. The signing is on Sunday. It's going to be from 4 to 6. That's a pretty tight window. We understand, but they're on a 31 comic shops in 31 days tour, and they have one more day of tour after us, so they have to hit the road. That's the way it is. But should be a great signing. They're very engaging dudes. They have a lot of really fun material they love talking about, and they have some weird stuff to get signed too. Like one of their books had like 45 records to go along with them, so we're all stoked about that. But yeah, if you are interested at all, which you definitely should be, we have their original indie graphic novels that we love. We have a short story collection with some Rosenberg stuff in it. And we have their new books, which we'll get to when we start the we have technically we have 4 tables, 4 surfaces of new comics this week. Let's do some first appearances. They're very easy. Uncanny X-Men this week is the first appearance of a character named the Vig. Just like the interest on a mob loan, and that's because Gambit is getting hunted down for a debt. Pooluminati is a one-shot, and it is the first appearance of many a multiversal Deadpool, including one named Swimming Pool. But my personal favorite is Loop Pool, who only speaks in palindromes, which is fantastic. And then we will talk about it big time here in a minute, but Batman number 158 is the first part of the Hush 2 sequel storyline, and is the first appearance of a character aptly named Silence. I'm going to put that right there. We'll come back to it. Side note, I'm caffeinated, and I have to say thank you to my Wonder Woman mug, not only for being a great mug to hold coffee in, but because it's thematically tied to 2 of the best comics this week. Thank you, Wonder Woman. Let's scoot over here. Andrew will show you the first of our 4 surfaces full of comic books. The 2 new titles to go along with our signing this week are We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, which I saw a fantastic quote. I don't know if it was from Matt Rosenberg or if you just shared it, but essentially the elevator pitch for this book is this book describes or shows you the consequences of James Bond's actions, which I think is a great nod to a deeper story arc within this book. But essentially, you're following a girl whose father is a mad scientist, and he's doing horrible mad scientist things, and her robot friends are great and charming, and it's very funny until it's very violent, and then it's funny again, and then it's violent again, and I cannot wait for issue 2. I also cannot wait to tell Matt Rosenberg and just give him a good old high five on Sunday. So there is cover A, which is simply great. Cover B, we got cover C, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 1 in 25 variant for $20, a wonderful 1 in 50 variant for $40, and a 1 in 75 cover. We only got one of in the store. It is spiffy shiny. It is $75, and it is well worth it, though I do not know how they will sign it, but we'll find you the right marker. We'll find you the right marker. The second of these books by Tyler Boss, this is written by him, is called You'll Do Bad Things. It is a slasher story, which I know we've kind of had an abundance of over the past few months, years. This has a great angle to it, to where it is a slasher story that is born by writer's block. The thing I really like about this book is that the main character is not the most likable dude in the whole world. He's a little whiny. He's struggling. He's really trying to come up with an idea or not write horror books, because that's what people expect from him. So he's trying to overcome his writing block by hitting a new genre, and essentially the horror's not having it. The stories that he comes up with kind of in his waking dreams start to come to life, and they are violent and awesome. So here's cover A, here's cover B. Love me some cover C. 1 in 10 variant for $8, and a 1 in 25 variant for $15, that's my pick of the bunch. I'm a sucker for yellow on a horror cover. I don't know what it is.
Cat on there?
Oh yeah, always the cat.
Beautiful.
Always the cat. But now we're going to go to number 2 of our surfaces full of new comics this week for John Shear and his Hush 2 storyline.
Batman 158. We've got it. I'm going to show it here. It is Hush 2, Part 1. Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, they're back. It is everything you want from that, because they literally do bring back Hush. They bring, like, Batman's, like, trapped in a mystery, but even more important for anybody who loves Batman, Jim Lee draws a ton of Joker in this one, and the Joker gets to meet a dentist, and it is terrible for him. Awesome for us, terrible for him. Part 1, they're doing it in 12 parts, but the first 6 are coming out like monthly, and we got to wait for the next 6. But Part 1 here, it's everything you want from a Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb comic. Like, action galore and Batman just being Batman. Like, and of course, parallels with the first Hush in many ways, and I have a feeling they did that very, very intentionally. So we have a multitude of covers. And boom!
If you haven't read Hush in a while, we have a nifty diffy DC Compact Edition for $10.
$10.
Several of them, actually.
We got a bunch of them. So, cover A, got a bunch. Jim Lee cover B. Also, Jim Lee cover C, which is a nice little gatefold cover.
Ooh.
J. Scott Campbell did a cover D.
Wait, pause. I purposely, when I unpack these, don't unfold the gatefold because I want to see you do it in the video.
Nice. There we go. Cover E. Cover F, basketball playing Batman. Cover G is the spiffy shiny foil variant. Cover H is the blank. Cover I is the, like, cool foil.
It's
like,
glow-in-the-dark logo foil.
there we go. Glow-in-the-dark logo foil. We have a $24.99 foil variant. That is, like, we could order as many as we want. We ordered one. So
Also a wrap cover.
also a wrap cover by what's called Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
Yeah. We've got a 1 in 25 variant for $10. We have a 1 in 50 variant for $15. We have the 1 in 100 variant for $50.
Ooh.
And we have a 1 in 250 variant for $175.
There you go.
We
There
really
you go.
need an air horn or something when one of these pops up.
Right? And then we have 2 other special covers because they made a giant size special edition. So we have the in spiffy shiny foil variant. So you can get the whole story in big giant supersize edition. Or if you don't want to spend the $20 on that, you can spend the $15 on the regular non-super spiffy shiny foil variant one. So
Those are massive.
they are They are much larger than Treasury size. I have no idea what sort of packaging you'll put them in to keep them safe. They're just going to go up. I've already got them. They're just going to go up on one of my shelves and be unprotected for the rest of their career.
God,
so,
blasphemy.
I know.
Blasphemy. And now we're on to surface number 3 of new comics. Look at this table. We had to move a bunch of John's crap in the back just to find these. We have Image Comics, new this week. One reprint is Lucky Devils number 1. Second print?
Third
Print. Cool.
Jenny Frison cover.
The first 2 collected editions from Image are the Black Cloak trade paperback. That's the entire miniseries. Oh, wait, it's volume 2. Yep. And then the Holy Roller paperback by Rick Remender and Andy Samberg. It is an awesome vigilante story. Awesome. And that's all 9 issues collected right there. Great new number 1 from, actually long-awaited new number 1 from Image. The Mummy is part of their Universal Monsters line. This is issue 1 of 4. It's a fantastic start to an adaptation of the original story. Very great artwork and a really good character study on the human side of things. The Mummy says nothing in a good way. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Cover C is blank. Your 1 in 10 variant for $8 by, is that Gillian March again?
It is.
He's all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 1 in 25 variant cover for $15. And there's a fantastic, very full of depth variant cover, 1 in 50 for $40. Let's go to this side. Over here on this side, Bitter Root is back with a second miniseries following up from the first maxi series, I believe. Same creative team. So that's on number 1. It's Bitter Root, The Next Movement. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was going to make a joke about bowels, but... G.I. Joe Real American... I kind of did.
You did.
G.I. Joe Real American Heroes on issue number 315, still trucking. We got my pick of the week, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, issue number 7. There's your cover A, and then we have a 1 in 15 variant for $8. Feral number 11 came out this week. This is the homage cover, so please feel free to claim that. A cover A is the distribution company for Image Comics this week kind of got a little lazy. So we've had some shortages we're working on. If you're missing it out of your file, we apologize, but that's above our pay grade. We'll get it replaced for you. But if you want cover B, please let us know. It's right there. Knights, woo, is on issue number 14. Can't wait to read it. We've got the Patchwork Girl of Oz on issue number 3. We've got Department of Truth on number 29. There's your cover A. Only one cover on the table. Radiant Blacks on issue number 32. Seasons by Rick Remender is on issue number 3.
Oh, man, I forgot to read that.
It was wonderful. Doll Parts is on issue number 4. Last of the miniseries for this lovesick tale. Dust to Dust, probably Andrew's indie pick of the week.
Didn't get to read it yet.
Is on issue number 4 also. And then Gunslinger Spawns on issue number 41. 2 more collections from Image this week to go along with the new Mummy miniseries starting. We have not yet. Universal Monsters Frankenstein by Michael Walsh. Easily my favorite of these miniseries. This cover alone is just astonishingly great. But we have 2 covers for this hardcover. So there's cover A, here's cover B, and those both have the complete miniseries in it. And then one big old one-shot from Image called Kids. It's by Garth Ennis, and it is freaking unhinged.
So crazy.
It is about a single evening in which all of the babies in the world, all of them, all of a sudden just are adults. They are adults in body only, not in mind. So you got a bunch of baby-brained, full-grown adults running around and causing some freaking havoc. They don't know how to handle anything, and most of the time the solution is violence. Thank you, Garth Ennis. There's cover A. It's a one-shot, by the way. There's cover A. Here's cover B, which is amazing. Bloody Knife Mobile. Gotta love it. We're getting into collected editions from Marvel. We've got a new Marvel Premiere Edition. These are the kind of answer to the DC Compact Editions for $15. They are reprinting fantastically classic Marvel storylines. This one is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It is one of our most recommended Captain America storylines in the store, especially for a modern era. And we love it, and we love it even more for $15. Speaking of things that we love, might as well. Daniel Warren Johnson wrote a Beta Ray Bill miniseries that is absolutely pitch perfect. It is awesome in artwork. It is awesome in emotional tone. It is awesome in the level of Beta Ray Bill bringing an entire war party to Misselheim, whatever, to hell and destroying it. It's so sweet. It's so cool, and it's got a lot of Hook references, so I'm all about it. Next to it is the first trade paperback of the current X-Force ongoing run. Then we've got the complete miniseries for Star Wars Inquisitors. Next to that, we've got the complete collection of all of last year's annuals from Marvel. They form an Infinity Watch story where you see all of the gems come into possession from new characters. And then a Rob Liefeld, Wet Dream, Deadpool, Bad Blood, and Badder, whatever. It is both Rob Liefeld Deadpool miniseries over the past couple of years, completely collected until we get to Deadpool Team Up, and then we'll get that one later. But it's in a hardcover. Yeah. It's beautiful. Above that, you got one epic. Can you tell I don't respect that hardcover very much? I'm sorry, Rob Liefeld. I don't. You drew yourself into a book. It was weird. Epic collection for Wolverine this week is Law of the Jungle. I can't read them upside down, so now I'm trying to do it from the spine. Reprints from Marvel this week are Ultimate Universe 1 year in, third printing. So this was technically the first appearance of Ultimate Wolverine. Just saying. My favorite reprint of the week is Eddie Brock Carnage, which is something I don't normally say about Carnage, but man, I am loving this series.
None of us said it about Carnage.
If you did not read Eddie Brock Carnage #1 yet, here is your chance. Please take our word for it as not subscribed Carnage fans. They sold us.
Yeah.
And then if you missed it, you got Magic #2. The big stack of reprint right here is One World Under Doom #1. It is the beginning of the current crossover event from Marvel. So One World Under Doom started here. Great start to it. I've heard at least 2 people read it for the first time over the past couple hours and go, I'd vote for Doom. So that's pretty cool. And to go along with it, we got a 1 in 25 variant for $35. It's an all art cover without a non all art version. So that's pretty rad. Those 1 in 25s of second prints typically gain some value over the years. Ultimate Marvel this week is Ultimate Spider-Man #15. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your 1 in 25 variant for $10. Very reasonably priced, if I do say so myself, because I priced it. Ultimate Wolverine #3 is out, and you have the introduction, whatever that means, of Ultimate Gambit and Ultimate Kitty Pryde. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. And your 1 in 25 variant for $15 by Nick Klein. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is on issue #4 of the miniseries this week. Ties right along in with the beloved new Disney Plus show. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C. I know which way to face it. And then one facsimile edition for Marvel this week is Marvel Fanfare #15. And I had to guess why. I didn't get it right. John Tier told me that this is an April Fool's issue of Marvel Fanfare. So that is just fun. Star Wars and Marvel this week as the adaptation of The Rise of Skywalker. That's on issue #2. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. And Star Wars High Republic Fear the Jedi on issue #2 of the miniseries. Back to the middle of the table gets us to the last issue of Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo's Wolverine Revenge. It turns the word revenge around in this title a little bit. It is well worth it simply for the Capullo artwork alone. There is the regular edition, and then next to it you have the red band edition, so a little bloodier, a little more carnage. Oh, they don't even bother hiding it on the cover. There's a bunch of... That's red and that's green.
Yeah.
Okay. And to go along with it, a 1 in 25 horror homage cover for $40. I have never seen one of those sell for less than $60, so do with that information what you will. The one-shot I mentioned earlier, Pooluminati, is a really fun Deadpool one-shot. It brings in a cast of characters we're familiar with as far as Deadpool multiverse goes, but it introduces a ton of fun new ones. I did not want to name them off in toto, because you should get the book and read it and have yourself a laugh. There's your cover A, there's your cover B with a little bit of homage, and there's your cover C with a little bit more homage, and that's not a Deadpool. Just saying.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man hits a milestone this week. We are wrapping up a volume of an Amazing Spider-Man ongoing. Issue #70 does bring us, what do we call
Spider Knot.
Spider Knot, or
Juggerman.
Juggerman, or Jugger Spider, whatever. Issue number 70 is the last issue of this current ongoing series. We're about to start up with number 1 next month. What'd you do?
I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
That was for that's one of those accessibility thingies. I don't know how to turn it off. There is cover A, featuring Spider Knot. Cover B, by Frank Miller. Cover C by Peach Momoko. Momoko Kimono. You threw me off. Cover D is the April Fool's Day variant, homage to Amazing Fantasy 15. You got one last Scotty Young cover of this run, with cover E. There's your 1 in 25 variant by Bjorn Behrens for $20. And there is a 1 in 100 $60 all art Frank Miller cover, Kevin. Rogue Savage Land is on number 3 of the miniseries, and you got Carrie Andrews doing cover A right here, but we have J. Scott Campbell doing cover B with a fantastic interaction with the title. I always appreciate that. Cover C, cover D, and then we're on to Daredevil. Number 19, there's your cover A. It's a fantastically weird cover B. And cover C, a Momoko Kimono. Uncanny X-Men has that aforementioned first appearance. They're on number 12. It's a Gambit issue. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your cover C with Jitter, one of the new characters on there. And a 1 in 50 variant featuring Jitter and no title for $10. But the big winner in X-Men this week is the wrap-up of the X-Manhunt story arc. As you can see, the little man has escaped. Or has he run into the jaws of more danger? This wraps up the entire X-Manhunt story that has been going across every X-Men title. This actually even includes a lot of perspectives from the single character titles like Storm and Magic, a little bit of Phoenix. But this is essentially the wrap-up of Professor X's responsibility after the first year of new X-Men post-Hickman era. So this is the one shot to get as far as catching up on X-Men goes. We have cover A right there. Cover B, I'm going to look the stack for. And cover C is that Noto connecting variant. Incredible Hulk cover number 23 comes out this week, and we have one cover on the table, so if you'd like that, please let us know. Weapon X-Men is on issue number 2 of their miniseries. Cover A, there it is. Laura Kinney Wolverine hits issue number 4. There's cover A. Here's cover B. Here's cover C. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And look, more Deadpool. Deadpool Wolverine are starting a little mini-series for themselves called Slash It Up. Different from the ongoing series in that there is a little less exposition and a little more action. It is definitely a parental advisory book written by Christos Gage. So there's that. It starts off that mini-series. Now we're getting into all the One World... Oh, wait, let's do this one first. Infinity Watch is our last non-tie-in book for the One World Under Doom. They're on issue number 3 of that miniseries. There's cover A. That's not really Spider-Man. There's cover B is the handbook variant. And Mark Brooks has an animated variant for cover C. Now the One World Under Doom tie-ins begin. Red Hulk is on issue number 2. It is next to my reading stack, which is kind of weird because there's a bunch of weirdo characters in there. I just want to see them die. Or get maimed or whatever.
Right.
Get captured by Doom. There's cover A. Here's cover B. But what do you know? Cover B connects with cover C. They're both by Nick Bradshaw. Then you have a 1 in 25 variant. Andrew?
Oh, no.
Is it?
I don't know. I didn't do the...
It's got to be.
Yeah.
1 in 25 variant for $12. Continuing with the One World Under Doom tie-ins gets us Fantastic Four number 30. The events of One World Under Doom number 2 ended with Ben Grimm being de-rocked. So we'll see what happens next. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Here's your 1 in 25 variant for $15. Here's your spiffy, shiny, amazing, unbelievably awesome foil cover. Best foil cover of the year so far. So green. And then a 1 in 100 black and white Disney What If variant for $30. Next up in the tie-in circuit is Doom Academy number 2. There's your cover A. Here's your character cover B. Thunderbolt's Doomstrike also hits issue number 2. What do you know? It's like a month later after issue number 1.
Yeah.
Good timing. And they do bring in the current Hellhunters kind of tie-in with the Ghost Rider of 1945, Sal Romero, and he and Bucky teamed up then, so they're teaming up now. The time is right. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Doom's Division is the new miniseries starting for the Doom tie-ins this week. It is kind of the international perspective on Doom's reign. These guys are a little bit on the fence as far it's previously Tiger Division, but they brought in some fresh faces that recognizable from the Marvel Universe. And it's kind of trying to figure out where they stand on this whole Doom takeover, like I said, internationally. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. Here's your cover C. Here's your cover D. Here's your cover E. And a 1 in 25 variant featuring those new characters for $20. And then the entire top of the Marvel table is Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four. It is the first of 6 one-shots Marvel's going to do, involving Godzilla fighting the Marvel Universe. So first up, Fantastic Four, drawn by John Romita, written by Ryan North. Very awesome. Super fun. Exactly the kind of simple story you buy comic books to read. You want to see Fantastic Four figure it out, and they figure it out. And not to mention, you get King Ghidorah as a Herald of Galactus. I didn't ruin anything for you. It's worth reading. It's worth picking up just to see it happen.
Yep.
It is.
I concur.
Concurred. It's a quorum. There's cover A, and the covers are amazing. There's cover A. Here's cover B. Here's cover C. Here's cover E. Personal favorite. Cover F. Cover G. A spiffy, shiny foil variant. And a 1 in 25 cover for a very reasonable $12. I have talked a lot. I'm going to get some water.
Now I get to talk all about a bunch of absolutes and other amazing things. So Andrew's going to show you there we go. So Absolute Martian Manhunter. Now I'm going to hold it up. Issue number 1. It is, you've had like a lot of heavy hitters. You've got Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern's coming out, Flash is out, Superman, Martian Manhunter. Not usually the one you think you're going to be reading. You should absolutely be reading this. It is like John Jones has like telepathy and all that other stuff, and it is a cool, very unique interpretation of how he was originally introduced into the DC universe, and the idea of his like psychic powers are given such a wonderful portrayal in this. Javier Rodriguez rather, his artwork is stellar. It is absolutely perfect in every way. The story is great, especially when you get to the end and you like start figuring out exactly what's going on. As with all the other absolutes, near perfect, you cannot miss, and it's gorgeous. The little like preview that they gave in the back of a bunch of issues did not do this justice. It's great.
I have one sentence to add.
Yes.
So, it's a friggin' home run. Like a home run. Grand slam.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect first issue.
Yeah. And
if you thought Absolute Batman was a perfect first issue, you will love this book.
Yeah. So there's your cover A. Guillaume March's cover B. Cover C. Cover D. Got a blank for cover E. We've got one spiffy shiny foil variant for that one there, which is gorgeous. And then another perfect spiffy shiny foil variant. So shiny foil variant cover A, shiny foil variant cover B. Then we have, yep. So 1 in 25, $20, also amazing. The Daniel Warren Johnson 1 in 50 for $30. And the 1 in 100 all art variant in black and white for $100.
Unbelievable.
So
unbelievably cool.
Yeah. Then we get the other Absolute book. Absolute Wonder Woman number 6. As much as I just gushed about this might be the book of the week.
It's the book of the week.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, if you haven't read Absolute Wonder Woman, you can read this and just be involved in her life and how amazing it absolutely is in every way. It's... Go ahead.
Can I mention one thing?
Please do.
If you are a fan of the series, whether you are or aren't, you should read the issue no matter what. But as far as Wonder Woman goes, we have had 5 issues of her being very heroic, and it's awesome. But if that, I've talked to some people where that's not what they're into with Wonder Woman. They want like kind of more mythological and more like a tie-in to what's going on in the history of Wonder Woman, and this is your tie-in to the world she came from, and it is so beautiful. It's essentially 3 short stories.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So there's your cover A. There's your cover B, which
like
is
even more.
wonderful.
Sean Murphy.
Yep. 1 in 25 for $15, which is even better once you read the book itself.
Oh yeah.
And then the $30 1 in 50 variant for that one there. Then we get into the regular stuff. So Justice League Unlimited's on issue number 5. There's your cover A. Spears did a cover B, and Zardy did a cover C. We also have a very cool Dan Jurgens 1 in 25 variant for $10, and then we have a 1 in 50 variant for $15. And any other week, Black Canary Best of the Best number 5 would be the book of the week, but there's a lot of great stuff, but it is still amazing.
Can't wait to
like her versus Shiva, her with history, everything is perfect.
Also, penultimate issue.
I want more.
I know. Peacemaker
presents Vigilante Eagly double feature. It's a 5-issue series. First story is all Vigilante. Second story is all Eagly. It's everything you want from that. It is very harkens to this TV show. It's insane. So there's your cover A. There's your cover B. There's your amazing cover C with Eagly. And then you have a spiffy, shiny foil variant for that one there. And a $15 1 in 25 variants. It's so good.
It's going to be my profile picture.
Wonder Woman's on issue number 19.
Holy hoot.
Also harkens back to its very first issue in this. So there's that. And then we have a $10 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Harley Quinn, the fartacular, silent but deadly. Scratch and sniff. Get some fart smells. It is as stupid as you think it's going to be, but also really, really funny. Like they did it. This is what Harley is supposed to be like. And my gosh, we got to get off that cover. So there's your cover B, and then there's your cover C, which is C. Just pull my finger. Batman Long Last Halloween is on issue number 7, I believe. 6, issue 6 of 10. So there's your cover A, there's your cover B, and then there's your cover C. Superman is on issue number 24. Best thing about this, Creeper shows up. It's great. So there's your cover A, Nakayama's cover B, there's your cover C. We've got a cover price for $5.99, 1 in 25 variants. And then Green Lantern's on issue number 21. There's your cover A, your cover B, and your $20 1 in 25 variant for that one there.
By Mark Spears.
Mark Spears.
Very popular right now.
Metamorphose on issue number 4. And then regular Harley Quinn is on issue number 49. So there's your cover A, your very cool cover B, and Harley Plays Basketball cover C. Flash is on issue number. We can't keep a straight face. Thanks.
It's March Madness, man.
Flash is on issue number 19. Eclipso, Back from the Dead. Let me just read the cover. There you go. There's your cover A, your cover B by Nakayama. Green Arrow's on issue number 22. There's your cover A and your cover B. And then one final single issue, Power Girls on issue number 19. So there's that one there. Then we get collections. Batman Dark Age by Mark Russell and Mike Allred. Wonderful, wonderful book. Just, you can get it now or wait for the inevitable trade paperback, but get it now because it's such a good read.
Don't mind if I do.
Justice League New 52, Book 2, all the Jeff Johns, Jeff Lemire stuff in one big collection. Harley Quinn's on volume number 5? Yeah, 3. Volume 3. And then the final volume of Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, The Fallen Grayson, that's there in all its wonderful glory. We've got our facsimile. It's limited collector's edition, Batman Strangest Cases. It is Neil Adams, Bernie Wrightson, some more Neil Adams, all in like one big $15 like epic size, what it was, but treasury size from back in the day. There's your cover A. We've got a spiffy, shiny foil variant for that one there. Crime Suspense Stories from Dark Horse, the EC Archives. It's on volume 4. Then we got more Dark Horse stuff. So, from the World of Minor Threats, Broods on issue number 4. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. Our Brilliant Ruin, the Horror at Crane Mansion, issue number 1, new Cullen Bunn series. We got a couple of those, so there you go. Frankenstein, this is from the Mike Mignola world, issue number 2 for the New World. The most fun book that's out there, the TMNT Naruto miniseries, finally get issue number 3. I mean, it's way better than it has any right to be. It's just like these Turtles crossover books are hitting the mark. There's your cover A, there's your cover B, and there's your cover C.
That's the artist from Knights.
I think you might be right. So, Star Trek Defiance on issue number 25. And then we get Free for All. So you won't have to lean over. Patrick Harvath from Beneath Trees Where Nobody Sees has done a one-shot that is a gladiatorial battle between rich people. Like, it is as gross and amazing and as topical as you could possibly get. It is oversized. It is filled with Patrick Harvath wonderful artwork. It's great. We got to read it at Comics Pro, and I was very happy to do so.
And it was conceived and solicited before all the political hoo-ha right now.
Yeah.
So, writing on the wall, I guess.
There we go. So there's your cover A by Patrick, and then you have your really cool cover B for that one there. Herculoids is on issue number 2. Silverhawks also on issue number 2. Thundercats Lost has a new miniseries, so there's your first issue number 1 for that one there. Conan's on issue number 19 from Titan. Far down below, issue number 1. I was flipping through it. I know we've talked a little bit about it. It's got very Goonies vibes to it.
I was going to say it's a little bit like Goonies hit Hollow Earth.
Yes.
Bikes there.
Yep. Goonies hit Hollow Earth. That is the perfect way of putting it. The Last Boy is from Boom Studios. Dan Panosian's writing this, and it is a Peter Pan story that I know Ben is a big Peter Pan fan. He has not read it yet. I have not read it yet, but I did flip through the last page, and I was like, ooh, that's a good hook. Yeah.
It's been described to me a bit as Peter Pan is the last holdout of not growing up. So he's kind of the last one to go like, no, we should stick with the way things have always been. So everybody else is ready to age and move on, and he's not. It's a 4-issue miniseries.
So more comics. Money Shot, The Big Bang. It's a one-shot. There you go.
It's not, though. It's number 0, and it's leading into a new miniseries, so they're calling it a one-shot on the title. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The solicitations are all over the place.
Heat Seeker and Combustion, issue number 4.
Underboob.
Power Lords is on issue number 3, and The Long Cold Winter is on issue number 4. But below that, before we get to trades, Mouse Guard, Dawn of the Black Axe. It is all about how the Black Axe started from like the Mouse Guards, and it's been like probably 8 years since the last Mouse Guard book came out. And it's very cool that Peterson, who's writing it, put his name second because Rodriguez is drawing it, and he's the same guy who drew Lock and Key, and it is beautiful. It is a great first issue, especially if you've never read any Mouse Guard. You should, and you can read this without having any previous history. Uncanny Values, Volume 1 collection from Tony Fleece. We've the first volume here. There you go. Hello Darkness. It's Volume 1 of that, which Ben and I discussed. First half of Garth Ennis' story. If you want the second half, you're going to have to get Volume 2, which I guess is a good way of doing it.
It's a great way of getting you to get really great anthology horror.
Yes.
There is so many short stories in there. Couple 2-pagers, couple 5-pagers, but the Garth Ennis story alone is worth it. And then on top of that, you get all these other great horror creators.
Yep. I'm going to let Ben briefly talk about
Speaking
Memetic.
of great horror, the Memetic Apocalyptic Trilogy by James Tynion and Donovan is a book, or is 3 separate short miniseries that were written before James Tynion took off in this horror world of comics. I guarantee you, if you've read a comic in the past 5 years, you've enjoyed one of his stories, whether it be Batman or some of the small press stuff. This is where it all started. These are these 3 ideas that these 2 guys had and pitched to Boom, and they ran with them. They've been out of print forever. It's a perfect paperback, a perfect 3 stories, all of which apocalyptic and very satisfying. And you get the good time sloth.
Right, good time sloth. Doctor Who, the 15th Doctor in collection. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Cross the Morphin Grid is volume...
It's just
by itself. All right. Minor Arcana, though, is volume 1 from Jeff Lemire. And Thundercats Chitara, the whole miniseries is collected there. X-Men... Oh, yeah. So Black Star. It is a reprint of a 1979 story that is very Star Wars inspired, but because it's done by like those crazy Frenchmen, it is beautiful, beautiful artwork from
I can't
that
wait
time.
to check that
so
out.
Yeah, all finally recollected again, like 40 years later. So there you go. X-Men the manga remastered is on volume 2, and it looked amazing. TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures is on issue number 23. That has a great cover. There's cover A, which is all we've got. Monster High Scaremasters on issue number 7. Archie as Mr. Justice is on issue number 3. So good.
Such a good.
Avatar Last Airbender, Ashes of the Academy. That collection is there. And Minecraft Out of Order, Volume 1. Just in time for the movie that's going to be coming out soon.
Woo! I'm gonna stand over here in the midst of our 4 surfaces. Thank you
So
for
many
joining us for
surfaces.
this circus. I know it kind of seems like, what are you guys talking about? It just seems like a really big table. But I promise you, in the week it has taken us to process these new books, it is absolutely a mayhem week. We are excited about all these new comics. We're excited for you to come in and be excited about these new comics. But most importantly, I really do want to implore everybody as a last word to visit us on Sunday. Come here between like 3:30-ish, 4 to 6. We will have this signing with these 2 very cool creators. They have nowhere to go but up from already a stellar mountain of work. So we're really excited to see and hear about all the new stuff that they're going to be putting out. Check out their miniseries. Please. I really, really trust me as a comic salesman who has never steered you wrong, ever. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for sticking with us. Have a good rest of your Tuesday night, the minutes that are left in it. And we will see you tomorrow for your many, many, many comic